we'll put these two side by side. So you've got your left hand one now is what you can class as your before, where your left knee was basically, as you went back, going a long way in that direction, okay? And that therefore caused your club to get very, very steep. And then the transition into the downswing was the club going across this angle, hitting the ball over that way. If the club face didn't square up, it started there and just faded either back to target or potentially further right. You'd also said you struggle with 4 and 5 iron because the steeper we come down, the less loft the golf club's going to have. So your 6 iron, your 7 iron, your 8 iron with 38, 40 degrees of loft, that sort of thing, or 36, 35. When you de-loft it 5, 10 degrees, it goes a long way.
I can hit the 4 iron off a tee.
Yeah. Off the ground, it's just
different. Different in the wind, like if you get preferred lie.
Exactly, and we love the winner for that, don't we? Okay. So if we look at the backswing now on the left, you can see your knee, even before you get to your hands, before they start getting to sort of just chest or shoulder high, that knee is bopping forward and the club now going very much sort of up on the way back. So your left knee now, left foot's even off the ground, quite a lot there. And again, we look at people's backswing. The one thing I would suggest, if you look at tour players' backswings, at any point, if you sort of just freeze frames bit by bit by bit, at any point in their golf swing, they look as if you could walk up to them and shove them, they wouldn't fall over. They look very solid and grounded at all times. Now, you're a strong set guy, I was the bodybuilder. You look at that position there where your left up on its tiptoe, I could go and you could point and you'd be foot on the flat, and that's on a flat lie. And if you watch as you come back down, now that right foot slipping. So at these different points in the here, on the way back, top of the back, you're not quite as stable. There, you definitely don't look any stable at all because the right foot's spinning and slipping back, and the club now coming across the golf ball. You can see the club shaft here now, outside, swinging it off to the left. This one on the right-hand side, you said you felt no leg movement at all. Now, I haven't seen it yet, so I'll be very surprised if there's no leg movement, but what we should see is just minimal knee movement in that direction, okay? So if we watch the takeaway going back now, okay? You sort of when the hands get to about chest high, there. You compare that to where you were there. Okay, that left knee there is already starting to go forward. That to me, there's just about daylight starting to creep there between the legs. Now, if we watch as you go to top of the back, this again felt no legs at all. Is that a short backswing? Not at all, is it?
Yeah, and that
felt really short, really compact.
And I
motionless.
Didn't think about the knee.
No, you just felt no legs kind of thing.
Just let the body do what it's got to do.
Exactly. So your hands now can get, we call it a little bit deeper behind you. By that I mean the hands a bit more this way rather than being sort of straight up above your head down, just coming down too steep. So look at the positions you got into when you came back down here now. So that club coming from the outside here now, the hands, the club there. If we watch as the club comes back into the golf ball here, you've got the club now more directly down the target line, so therefore as you come into the golf ball, the club now and the ball are swinging more towards the line. You actually that golf ball, they're pretty much flush in the middle of where you're aiming there, again a fraction left of the green line, but the shot, the numbers we're looking there, the club was out 1 degree and closed 1 degree, or 2 degrees and 1 degree, so pretty good numbers there you could take, whereas this one here now, the club coming from out to in, that ball we can see is already going, just about see that blur there, that's the golf ball in that sort of circle there. He's gone, well, he's going to the 50-yard side, and you were aiming at least the 150. And this was actually your first swing, where I would guess you were aiming with the mat. Now, if you're aiming with the mat, as most people tend to do, that's aiming at a flag over there somewhere. So the fact your ball's over here, that's a big left, and that's a lost ball left. Water, trees.
Into the mindset, as long as you get it 150, 160 yards, left or right, you've still got a shot, but I don't want to be there. I want to know.
For me, I think there's two things in terms of the game of golf that good players, or certainly single-figure golfers, are able to do, okay? Hit the golf ball down a corridor 25 yards wide at a distance that's acceptable. I mean, a 7-iron 150 I would class for the club golfers in the longer hitting echelon, okay? People do believe that they're 7-iron 150, in actual fact, it's probably more 140, 135. They've wanted it 150 down the 15s on the Mac downwind when it was going a long way down there and stuff. More often, not 150 seems quite a long hitter in terms of the club golfing world, okay? But they can hit the golf ball down that corridor and know how far down that line it needs to go. So if you want to hit the golf ball 150, you know which club in your bag can do that. If it wants to go 180, you don't take a longer club. The problem I see a lot of times, especially people pulling the ball across the left, they're de-lofting it as the golf ball's going further sometimes and not staying within that 30-yard wide fairway. So they're missing it left and long. So there's many holes on the golf course, if you think of any hole on the golf course where long left, or even long anywhere, but long left in anything is not going to be in a very ideal position, okay? Most holes, if you run any hole on the golf course, First, I'm not on the button. First is in the trees, losing it probably. The second, not ideal, back of the back there.
Yeah.
Oh, not a bad chip, but not easy. Third's in the water in the bushes. Four's going to be horrible, out of bounds. Five's going to be running down the bank there. Six is going to be a horrendous chip back. 7, you're losing it down by the pathway. 8, you're in water. 9, you're in... So, front 9 there, you've got to be one green that might you get away with it.
Yeah.
That's not going to play golf. You want to play golf knowing the ball's going to go down that sort of 30-yard wide gap with everything swinging kind of more towards target, not allowing for, well, one thing might go this way, this bit might go that way. There's lots of different lines, which when you try and add up together, when you click your fingers or roll the dice, you might get the right number.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But it's not very consistent, is it?
No.
When you get enough shots, you'll find a good middle ground.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people struggle on the driving range. Lots of golfers on the driving range, and after 25, 30 golf balls, they're like a zone of a sink. They just click and boom, hit the golf ball over and over again from a perfect lie with no target, and they're striking it awesome. But what are they really achieving? Yeah. They've learned to be able to react to all those different angles and directions in the first few swings, found a feeling that works. Great. Go on that first tee 3 days later. Well, what was that feeling again?
Yeah.
First tee, out of bounds left. Oh, here we go again.
I think I just got to stop thinking about it.
Yeah. Just I think in some way, just try and feel a bit more like grounded with your lower half. Feel that your lower half has got to allow to work better to allow the top half to do what it wants to do. If the knee, I mean, you said yourself, the good thing is you actually saw on TV people's knees moving, and you were trying to do that with your left knee. So the fact you were doing what you were trying to do shows you can do what you want to try to do, which is a positive.
Yeah.
So if we say now, okay, don't move the left knee, hey, fine. It'll eventually start coming around this way rather than going that way.
Yeah.
So, make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Good man.